Thanks for joining us today. I'm Gabe Garish, owner of Backwoods Pursuit, and today we're going to test out a product from Bigfoot Bushcraft. It's their fire starter kit. If you're looking for a fire starter for backpacking, fire starter for camping, or just generally a good backpacking fire starter kit, something you want to take a look at here. We're going to test this out, get the plugs wet here. We're going to test them out and see how they actually start, test their burn time, so stick around for that. I'll put a link to these down in the description for you so you can check them out for yourself if they look interesting, as well as a link to our website, backwoodsPursuit.com, and Instagram and Facebook pages. Go check those out. Got a bunch of other gear reviews over there, and always hit that subscribe and like button if you like our content. Let's jump into this review. So first off, what are these fire plugs? They are cotton with a blend of wax and oil integrated into them, so it helps them to start really easily. They claim to have a 7-minute burn time, be windproof and waterproof, as well as have a 10+ year shelf life. We are going to test out just how waterproof they are, how long that burn time actually is for a whole one, as well as a half and a quarter of these, so we can see what kind of usage we can get out of one fire plug here. As far as the ferro rod, you got a really nice thick ferro rod here. Works really well. It is on the heavier side, I would say, as far as something if you're looking for a backpacking style ultralight. It's a little heavy for that, but it still works really well. It's good to have around. The plugs don't come in one of these tins, but you can pick one up if you want. They're super nice for carrying them around. They hold quite a few. I haven't counted how many, but probably 20 or more. So probably more than you would need on a backpacking style trip. And then of course they come in either 5, 50 or a 150 pack, so you can choose what's going to work best for you. So let's dive into some of this testing. Now what I did here is I went ahead and dumped one of these fire plugs in this water, and it's been sitting and soaking for more than a day. So first up, we're going to take one full plug and we're going to see how long this thing burns. So go ahead and take it out of your tin, kind of bend it, break it a little bit, get those fibers exposed here. Turn it, open it, get as much of that exposed like that, and that's going to make that as easy as possible to get started with your ferro rod. So we'll go ahead and grab the ferro rod here and get this thing started. There we go, a couple strikes on the ferro rod, and that's going. So I'm going to grab my timer here. We'll see how long this thing burns. As you can see here, we've still got a nice big flame. We're about 2.5 minutes in. Still going strong. All right, it's still going here, starting to die down as you can see, but we're about 4.5 minutes right now. They claim 5-minute tops burn time, so we should get pretty close to that, but we're just about there. Just died here, and we just went over the 5-minute mark, so as they advertised, it lasts just over 5 minutes for one plug. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and take a half a plug and do the same thing and move that out of there. What I did here is just take a knife and kind of make a little slit right on the long ways here, to get as much of that open, as that's really going to help when you're getting that lit and give it more fibers exposed to allow the spark to take here. So we'll get this started here and see how long this can last on just half of a plug. Here we go. All right, we're at 2 minutes now on half a plug. It's still going strong, a bit nice big flame. That's usually enough to get most of your fire started out there. All right, this thing is still going, this half plug. It's just about to the 4-minute mark. I think we're gonna make it to 4 minutes on half a plug. So that's pretty impressive on just half of one. So this here is a quarter of a plug. A couple strikes there and it's going. So let's start the timer over and we'll see how we do. All right, that quarter plug is just now dying out, and we just are about to 3 minutes, so you lose a little bit there. Still pretty impressive for a quarter of one of these plugs to go nearly 3 minutes. That'll get most of your fires started for you out there in the backcountry. All right, next test here. Let's see how this holds when we blow on it. Give it a little bit of a wind simulation here, and I'll try not to blow it off there, but we'll see how good it does. It's a nice big flame. This is a one full plug here, so that's pretty darn good. It's doing pretty well. It's not really able to blow that out. All right, now for the last test, probably the one that I'm the most interested in, is we've got the plugs here that have been soaking in water for a while, more than 24 hours. Actually, these have been soaking for a better part of 3 days. A couple of them, or one of them is 3 days, the other two are just over 48 hours. So we're gonna pull one of these out. This is the one that's been soaking for over 3 days. And we're gonna treat it just like we did the other ones. We're gonna go ahead and break it up and try to expose the fibers on the inside, get that good and opened up, and we'll see if we can get this lit with just the ferro rod. And again, it's been soaking for about a better part of over 3 days here. So we'll give that a try, grab the ferro rod here, and see if we can't get this thing started. A little bit tough, it's been soaking again, so no dice on just the ferro rod. So let's grab our lighter now, see if we can get the lighter, get that started with the lighter. Now trying with the lighter, same plug, see if we can get this thing started with a lighter. It's trying. Smoking on us there. We'll try again here. Yeah, I think it just started. Oh, it fizzed out on us. There we go. That thing just fired up. That one has been soaking for over 3 days in water. Took a little bit of persuasion with a lighter, but that is pretty impressive given that that thing was in water for 3 solid days. So I want to try one other thing while that's burning. I've got another one here. This one is soaking for over 2 days, and as you can see, it's half a plug. So what I'm going to do is take this, and really what you should do with these, they work better if you cut them and expose those fibers on the inside here. So we're going to go ahead and cut this in half with the knife, and then we'll really expose the inside of that with by doing that, and be able to open up those fibers and see if we can get this thing lit. Just by cutting this open, I can tell it is wet in here. It's not like the wax didn't seal out the moisture or anything. It's still very wet. So let's grab that, and then we'll see if we can, how easily that lights. I guess first I'll try with the ferro rod and see how we do that way. I'm going to guess it's going to be difficult, but we'll give it a try here. It's trying. Yeah, not so much, about the same. Kind of expected that. Let's give that a try with the lighter here. Once again, that's firing up, and that's off and going. Again, another one, half of it soaked for, that one was over 2 days, and that it's now going. So they're certainly not burning like the ones that weren't soaked, but that's not at all surprising given that they've been in water for as long as they have. This one looks like it kind of burned out a little bit, but it was going for long enough to get that started. And we could get that going again here pretty easily. You can see here, that one is going better, the one that we cut open, and so I would certainly recommend doing that if you do have any possible situation where there's moisture on the plug. The one that is cut open like that is burning a whole lot better than the one that didn't. So consider doing that. It's going to work. They're going to work better regardless if they're cut open rather than if they're not. Now on this one that burnt out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this and cut it open like I did that one right there. And I'm going to guess that we're going to be able to get this thing started really easily just by cutting that open, getting that opened up. And I'm going to just go ahead and use that flame right there like I'd use my lighter, and I just fired right up. Super, super easy. Works really well, even being soaked in water for multiple days. So that is the Bigfoot Bushcraft Fire Starter Kit. You've got the plugs, the ferro rod, and the tin here that you can take out there into the backcountry, and it's really a great system. Wet or dry, whether it's windy or whatnot, it does really, really well. So something that's going to be in my pack this year. I'm going to use it particularly, obviously as a safety measure, but then also for something I'm going to use to start my hot tent in the morning. It's going to make starting that fire really super easy on those cold mornings out in the backcountry. So I'll put a link to this down in the description for you. Check it out for yourself if it's something that is interesting to you. Thanks for watching, and give us a like and a subscribe if you like our content, like our videos. We'll see you next time.